Ladies and gentlemen, there's a saying that echoes through time. A man's value is not determined by who he's with, but by what he stands for. Today, I'm here to tell you, being without a girlfriend isn't a curse. It's an opportunity to discover yourself, to build yourself, and to prepare yourself for the man you are meant to become. Some of you might be sitting there thinking, if I don't have someone by my side, what does that say about me? Society has conditioned us to believe that our value as individuals is somehow tied to our relationship status. We're constantly bombarded by images of couples on social media, movies, glorifying love stories, and people asking, when are you going to settle down? It creates this false narrative that if you're single, you're incomplete, like you're missing a piece of the puzzle. But let me tell you something, nothing could be further from the truth. Your worth isn't found in someone else's approval. It isn't determined by whether or not someone chooses to be with you. Your worth is already inside you. It's in your talents, your character, your resilience, your kindness, and your ability to stand tall even when life challenges you. You don't need someone else to validate who you are. Validation comes from within, from knowing that you are enough, just as you are, right here and right now. When you start believing that your value is tied to a relationship, you hand over your power. You let someone else decide how you feel about yourself, and that's a dangerous place to be. Because what happens if that person leaves? What happens if that relationship doesn't work out? If your sense of self is wrapped up in someone else, you'll find yourself lost and broken, not because they left, but because you forgot who you were in the first place. So take this time to build a strong foundation, know your strengths, recognize your potential, and embrace your individuality. Because when you truly understand your worth, you'll stop settling for less than you deserve. You'll stop chasing people who don't see your value, and you'll start attracting the kind of people who appreciate and respect the person you are. You are not defined by whether someone chooses to walk beside you. You are defined by the way you walk on your own. When you stand firm in the knowledge of your worth, you become unshakable. And that kind of confidence, that kind of self-awareness is magnetic. It draws the right people into your life, not because you need them, but because you've built a life so strong and fulfilling that anyone who joins you is simply adding to your greatness. So remember this, you don't need to prove your value to anyone. You are already enough. Your journey is yours to walk, and your worth is yours to claim. Don't ever let anyone or the absence of anyone make you forget that. When you find yourself without a relationship, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking something is missing in your life. But the truth is, this moment, this season of being single is one of the greatest gifts you'll ever receive. Why? Because it's a chance, a rare opportunity to turn your focus inward and work on yourself in ways you may not be able to when your attention is divided by a relationship. It's not a time to sit idly waiting for someone to come along and change your life. It's a time to take control, to take charge, and to become the person you were meant to be. Right now, you have the freedom to explore your potential without distraction. Use this time to identify the areas of your life that need growth and improvement. Maybe it's your career, maybe it's your health, your mindset, your spiritual journey, or even your social skills. Whatever it is, this is your time to invest in yourself. Think of it as planting seeds in a garden. You might not see the results immediately, but with consistent effort and care, you'll cultivate something beautiful, something lasting. And let's be clear, working on yourself isn't just about surface level changes. It's not just about getting in shape or making more money, though those things are important too. It's about digging deep and asking yourself the hard questions. Who are you when no one is watching? What are your values? What do you stand for? What are your weaknesses? And how can you turn them into strengths? This is the time to reflect, to grow, and to heal. Because the better you know yourself, the stronger and more grounded you become, Think about it. When you're in a relationship, a significant part of your energy and time goes into nurturing that connection. That's a good thing, but it often means putting someone else's needs and feelings into the equation. Right now, though, it's just you. You have the chance to pour all that energy into your goals, your passions, and your dreams. If there's something you've been wanting to do, whether it's starting a business, learning a skill, traveling, or pursuing a dream you've been putting off, this is the time to do it. You don't need permission, and you don't need to compromise. You can go all in. But working on yourself doesn't mean isolating yourself. It also means building meaningful connections, improving your communication skills, and learning how to engage with the world in a deeper, more authentic way. It's about becoming the kind of person who adds value to every room you walk into, the kind of person people want to know, not because you're trying to impress them, but because you've genuinely grown into someone worth knowing. The truth is, the person you're becoming right now will set the tone for the rest of your life. The habits you build, the mindset you cultivate, and the actions you take will all shape your future. So don't waste this season longing for what you don't have. Instead, use it as fuel to become better, stronger, and wiser. Because when you do the work, when you truly commit to improving yourself, you don't just prepare for a relationship, you prepare for a life that's richer, fuller, and more meaningful. So take this time seriously. Focus on yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of a deep desire to grow. Be relentless in your pursuit of excellence, and when the time comes, you'll not only be ready for the right relationship, but you'll also be proud of the man you've become. This is your moment. Don't let it slip away. There's a difference between living a life driven by purpose and one driven by desire. Desire is fleeting, impulsive, and often shallow. It's the voice in your head that craves instant gratification, chasing short-term pleasures with no thought for the long-term consequences. Purpose, on the other hand, is deep. It's rooted in something greater than yourself. It's the reason you wake up in the morning, the fuel that keeps you going even when life gets tough. And the truth is, a man of purpose will always achieve more and live more meaningfully than a man who is led only by his desires. Desire is easy. Anyone can be led by what feels good in the moment. It doesn't take discipline to chase after temporary pleasures. It doesn't require effort to let your emotions dictate your actions. But the problem with desire is that it's never satisfied. No matter how much you feed it, it always leaves you wanting more. More money, more attention, more validation. And if you spend your life chasing desire, you'll always be chasing, you'll never feel fulfilled because you'll always be looking for the next thing to fill the void. Purpose, though, purpose is different. Purpose gives your life direction. It's not about what you can get, but about what you can give, create, and contribute. It's about knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you want your life to mean. A man of purpose isn't swayed by every temptation or distraction that comes his way. He's focused, he's disciplined, he's committed to something bigger than himself. When you live with purpose, you don't just move through life aimlessly, you move with intention. You set goals that matter. You work towards something meaningful, something that will leave a lasting impact. And the beauty of purpose is that it doesn't just benefit you, it benefits everyone around you. When you operate from a place of purpose, you inspire others. You become a source of strength and stability, someone others look up to and respect. But let me be clear, finding your purpose isn't always easy. It takes time, effort, and self-reflection. It requires you to ask yourself the tough questions. What are my values? What am I passionate about? What kind of legacy do I want to leave? It might take years to find the answers, but the journey is worth it because when you discover your purpose, everything else falls into place. Your actions have meaning. Your decisions become clearer. And even when challenges arise, you have a reason to keep pushing forward. On the other hand, living a life solely driven by desire can derail you. It can pull you away from what really matters. Think about the man who prioritizes fleeting pleasures over long-term success. He spends his energy on things that don't serve him, and when the thrill fades, he's left with regret, wondering where all his time went. Desire might bring short-term satisfaction, but it can never bring the deep sense of fulfillment that purpose provides. A man of purpose also attracts different people into his life. When you live with purpose, you exude confidence, direction, and strength. People notice that. They're drawn to it. The relationships you form, whether friendships, partnerships, or romantic connections, become deeper and more meaningful because they're built on a foundation of shared values and mutual respect. You're no longer looking for someone to complete you. Instead, you're looking for someone to walk beside you on your journey. The world doesn't need more men chasing empty desires. It needs more men with vision, men who are willing to put in the work to make a difference. So ask yourself, what kind of man do you be? Do you want to be the man who looks back on his life and sees nothing but a trail of unfulfilled desires? Or do you want to be the man who looks back and sees a legacy, a life lived with intention, passion, and purpose? This isn't about denying your desires. It's about not letting them control you. It's about channeling your energy into something greater, something lasting. So don't just be a man of desire. Be a man of purpose. Build something worth building. Stand for something worth standing for. And live a life that means something. In a world that thrives on speed and instant gratification, patience has become an underrated virtue. But patience is not weakness, it's power. It's the ability to wait, to endure, to hold steady in the face of delay or difficulty, all while maintaining your focus and faith. Patience is the quiet strength that separates those who succeed in life from those who give up too soon. It's the power to trust in the process, even when the results seem far away. Too often, we're in a rush to achieve everything. We want success today, love tomorrow, and happiness the day after that. But life doesn't work like that. The best things in life don't come instantly. They require time, effort, and perseverance. Think about a tree. When you plant a seed, you don't expect it to grow into a towering oak overnight. You nurture it, you water it, you give it sunlight and space to grow. And then over time, it becomes something strong and enduring. Life works the same way. Anything worth having, whether it's a fulfilling relationship, a successful career, or personal growth, takes time to develop. Patience gives you the strength to stay the course. It's what keeps you from making rash decisions that could derail your progress. Without patience, it's easy to become frustrated or discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as you'd like. But when you're patient, you learn to trust that timing is everything. You begin to understand that the wait isn't wasted. It's a necessary part of the process. The delays, the setbacks, the moments of uncertainty, they're all shaping you, preparing you for what's ahead. Patience isn't just about waiting, though. It's about how you wait. It's about waiting with purpose, with intention, and with a sense of calm. It's about using the time to grow, to learn, and to prepare. Because when you're patient, you're not just standing still, you're actively building the foundation for the future you want. You're sharpening your skills, strengthening your character, and gaining the wisdom that only comes with time. In relationships, patience is particularly powerful. Love isn't something that can be forced or rushed. It's something that grows naturally over time as trust and understanding deepen. When you're patient, you allow things to unfold as they're meant to. You don't settle for the first person who comes along because you're afraid of being alone. Instead, you wait for someone who truly aligns with your values and your vision. You understand that it's better to be alone for a season than to be with the wrong person for a lifetime. Patience ensures that when the right person enters your life, you're ready to receive them, not out of desperation, but out of clarity and confidence. Patience is also a key ingredient for success. The greatest achievements in life are rarely the result of luck or talent alone. They're the result of consistent effort over time. Whether you're building a business, pursuing a passion, or working towards a personal goal, patience allows you to keep going even when progress feels slow. It helps you stay focused on the bigger picture instead of getting caught up in temporary setbacks or distractions. It reminds you that every small step you take is bringing you closer to your destination. But patience isn't easy. It requires discipline, it requires faith, it requires the ability to resist the temptation to take shortcuts or settle for less. And it requires the courage to believe that what you're waiting for is worth the wait. It's not about passively sitting back and doing nothing. It's about actively trusting the process and continuing to put in the work, even when you can't see immediate results. So when you feel frustrated or impatient, remind yourself that patience is power. It's the power to stay grounded in a fast-paced world. It's the power to trust in timing, to believe in the process, and to hold on to your vision even when the path isn't clear. It's the power to wait, not because you have to, but because you know that the best things in life are worth the wait. Loving yourself first is not selfish, it's foundational. It's the starting point for every meaningful relationship, every personal achievement, and every ounce of fulfillment in life. Too often, we're taught to prioritize others, to give, to serve, and to compromise. While those are noble qualities, they mean little if you're doing so at the expense of your own well-being. Loving yourself first isn't about arrogance or putting yourself above others. It's about valuing yourself enough to set the standard for how you want to be treated and how you show up in the world. To love yourself, you must first know yourself. This means taking the time to truly understand who you are, what you want, and what you need. It's about recognizing your strengths and celebrating them, but also acknowledging your flaws and working on them without judgment. Self-awareness is the first step in self-love because you can't love what you don't understand. And the more you understand yourself, the more you can live authentically, without pretense, without trying to be someone you're not. Loving yourself means setting boundaries. It means recognizing when someone or something is draining your energy, disrespecting your worth, or violating your values. It's about having the courage to say no to what doesn't serve you, even when it's difficult. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about protecting your peace and prioritizing your mental and emotional health. When you love yourself, you stop tolerating behaviors that hurt you, and you surround yourself with people and situations that uplift you instead. Self-love also means taking care of yourself. This goes beyond the surface-level acts of self-care, like treating yourself to something nice or taking a day off. True self-care is about consistently doing what's best for you, even when it's not easy or convenient. It's about eating right, staying active, getting enough sleep, and taking care of your physical health. It's about addressing your mental health, seeking help when you need it, and not being afraid to admit when you're struggling. It's about nurturing your spirit, practicing gratitude, engaging in activities that bring you joy, and staying connected to whatever gives your life meaning and purpose. When you love yourself first, you stop seeking external validation to feel worthy. You no longer rely on others to make you feel complete or to define your value. This doesn't mean you don't want or need relationships. It means that you don't depend on them to fill a void. You bring a sense of wholeness to your interactions with others because you're already secure in who you are. This kind of self-assurance transforms the way you connect with people. You stop chasing after attention or approval, and you start attracting relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. Loving yourself also means forgiving yourself. We've all made mistakes, and we've all faced moments when we've fallen short of our own expectations. But holding on to guilt, shame, or regret only keeps you stuck. When you love yourself, you allow yourself the grace to learn and grow. You understand that your mistakes don't define you. They're opportunities to become better. Forgive yourself for the times you've settled for less, for the times you've doubted yourself, and for the times you've allowed fear to hold you back. Every day is a chance to start fresh and choose self-love over self-criticism. But perhaps the most important aspect of loving yourself is learning to speak kindly to yourself. Pay attention to the way you talk to yourself in your mind. Are your thoughts encouraging and supportive? Are they critical and harsh? You wouldn't speak to a loved one the way you sometimes speak to yourself, so why should you treat yourself any differently? Replace self-doubt with self-belief. Replace a negative self-talk with affirmations of your worth and your potential. Be your own biggest cheerleader, because if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? Loving yourself first is not a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. It's showing up for yourself, even on the days when you feel unworthy or unlovable. It's a journey, not a destination. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep choosing yourself, keep honoring your worth, and keep striving to be the best version of yourself. When you love yourself first, you set the tone for every aspect of your life. You show the world how you deserve to be treated, and you inspire others to do the same. You radiate confidence, strength, and peace, and that energy attracts the right opportunities, the right people, and the right experiences. So don't wait for someone else to give you the love you crave. Start with you, because the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. And when you truly love yourself, everything else falls into place. So to all the men with no girlfriend, hear me when I say this. You are not alone. You are in training. You are in the process of becoming the man you are meant to be. Embrace this season. Maximize this moment. And when the right time and the right person come, you'll be ready, not because you needed them, but because you built yourself first. Walk in your power, stand in your truth, and remember, greatness begins with you. Thank you.